Good, Becky. What's up?
Not much, just living the dream. Another day in the dispatch world.
Cool. Well, obviously it's after Wheel Jam, and everyone's just about gone home. And thanks for having me out here at your place to learn a bit more about what you do and what it's like to be a wife, a mother, and a dispatcher.
Well, it's a lot. I'm a wife and a mother, and I'm not just a mother to my son or a wife to my husband. I've got about 30 guys that I have to take care of every week. So.
Oh boy, well that's going to keep you a bit busy then, huh?
Yes.
Well, show me around the place. What do we got?
Okay, well, it's pretty quiet here. A lot of our guys went out to load out, or they're on their way getting trailers to head out to load after the show. We drop our trailers here. We drop them down on the section lane right down here on the corner, depending on how many trucks we have in the yard. This is our shop where we work out of.
Okay.
We do most of our work right here in the yard.
Okay.
We do all of our own tires. We do our own oil changes. We do anything that we can do ourselves, we do.
Okay. Now, what's the name of the business that you run under?
Our trucking company is Hofer Ag Logistics, and Hofer Ag Logistics is also partnered with Iowa Cold Storage in Altoona, Iowa, and we have a freight broker to ICS Transportation Services as well. So
this is where the magic happens and all the freight moves, huh?
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, show me around.
Well, we keep all of our files for the freight brokerage here. We do all of our driver settlements and owner-operator settlements over here. During the day, this is a desk for our support staff, and occasionally when Toby decides to show up, it's his desk. This is our war board. This gets updated probably every 20 minutes. All the brokerage freight happens over here at Janice's desk, and I manage the truck line.
Okay. So honestly, what is it like, brokering freight?
Which load?
It's tough. Brokering freight, owning your own equipment is easier than brokering freight. You don't have control of the equipment, and you don't know always who you're going to be doing business with. I've been doing it since 2003. I have built a very strong following of carriers, and I'm at the point where I'm very blessed. 90% of my freight goes on the same 10 or 15 truck lanes every week. They know what they're hauling. They know who I am. They just make things happen. Doing that has allowed me to actually be a wife and a mother. If I had to fight for trucks, I don't know if I could get it done. I guess as a broker, I've made a conscious decision to find good carriers and pay them more money and not try to keep as large of a profit for myself. I want my guys to make money. I want them to make a living, and I want to be able to make a living too. So I'm not scared to pay the right people more money to get the job done. I own my own trucks, so I know better than a lot of brokers what it costs to actually operate a trucking company, and I don't want to have to get rich off of anybody to make a living. I want to make a living. Of course, I have bills to pay, but I want my guys to be able to succeed too. Okay. It makes me feel good to be able to go to a truck show and have 5 or 10 of my guys that haul for me out there and saying good things about me. It makes me proud. It makes me know that I'm maybe doing something right.
Walk me through what happens at the beginning of the day through the end of the day.
Well, it depends on what time the beginning of the day starts. Sometimes it starts at 2 or 3 in the morning. It depends on whether we're having a problem getting loaded or unloaded, or there's overweights or a mechanical failure on a truck. My mornings usually start anywhere between 4 and 6 a.m. I get up, I get out of bed. Toby's getting ready to get to work. I get the coffee pot going. Miles is still in bed, and the first thing I do before I even hit the shower is I come downstairs and I check my email and I go through my load sheets quick. Get back upstairs, get the family ready to go, get Miles some breakfast, get Toby out the door.
And as you get further into the morning, what else is going on?
As we get into the morning, we spend between about 7 and 10 a.m. We're doing check calls. We're making sure everybody's where they need to be, making sure everybody has the right pickup information, making sure the appointments have been scheduled properly. And from there, we just continue to work through the day with the board that we already have and the brokerage board that we already have. We keep moving forward, and we try to take as much freight as we're loading out that day. We want to have that same amount of freight booked by the end of the day for future loads. It can get ugly, but you've got to make things happen. My first job in the trucking business was with Stan Kaufman, that's about 13 miles south of me. And he said, when you book a load, you take the load, and it doesn't matter how much money you make or you lose on that load, but that load will be picked up and it will be delivered. And I've always lived by that philosophy, and so my customers get the best service we can absolutely provide them.
What are some of like the really cool victories or like really awesome things that have happened that make you feel like you kind of saved the day?
Just a couple of weeks ago, a good friend of mine was underneath a load going down to Texas, and he has an automatic transmission in his truck, and he had a relay problem with his transmission, and they could not get it fixed. And Scott Graham that was here got on the phone, we all got on the phone, did a bunch of hustling, and it was a 5-drop load. It was a grocery load. And between 4 or 5 of us and our network of people that we're friends with, we got that load picked up and we got it delivered, and Bobby got his truck fixed and back on the road. We had a customer drop a load here, and Toby and I, it was right before the 4th of July, they had a load they had to ship out and deliver into Laredo, Texas the day before 4th of July. All of our drivers were on vacation. Toby took time off of his regular job. We jumped in the semi, and between the two of us, we hammered a load straight down to Laredo, got unloaded, reloaded, and we were back the day after the 4th of July with a backhaul. So both customers got their loads taken care of. Miles got to watch the 4th of July lights through Kansas as we were going north on the interstate. It was pretty neat. I've got such a good group of guys that I work with, from my company drivers to the owner-operators that are leased to us to the guys through my brokerage. It really makes me proud to see my guys out on the road, and I know that they're hauling my freight. You'll pass them on the interstate. And my guys will go the distance for me. I've had a carrier that I don't normally use drop a load on me, and I've had guys put their trucks 400 miles into the wind to go pick up a load and save my butt. And there's not a lot of people that would do that in this business anymore.
That's cool. That's cool. I see you getting a little teary-eyed, so that means a lot. So those are good tears. So that's something to be proud of. That's really awesome.
If you get lucky enough to be able to actually do business with people you like, that's what makes it fun, and that's what gets me out of bed every morning. My customers and my carriers, they're like family. We've all watched our kids grow up together. We celebrate our victories, and we cry with each other through our defeats and family losses, and it makes it all worthwhile. I think the world of the people I do business with, and I couldn't do it without them. And they've been through me with, I've had health problems in the past and struggled. It was a struggle. When you're a small business and you're at the top of the totem pole, when you get sick, it can get ugly fast. And my people stuck with me.
Now, you said you own 2 trucks. Tell me about the trucks.
Well, we've got a truck. We have a truck that we bought from a neighbor that lives south of us about 5 miles. It's a farm truck. Toby used it to haul grain. He'd run down and help our neighbor haul grain. Miles started riding with him and running the auger on the grain cart, and they'd sit out in the field at night, and lo and behold, Toby and Miles named the truck Blueberry. Blueberry's a 2000 379 extended hood. It's got a 6NZ motor in it. We just did a platinum end frame on it June of last year. That truck's got about we're getting close to 2 million miles on the truck, on the chassis, and the motor's probably got about 90,000 miles on the new motor. She's a workhorse. She's not a show truck. We shine her up every year. We take her out to the truck shows. The other truck that we own was kind of a pet project. It's a 1992 379 extended hood with a B model cat in it. Toby and I rescued it out of the oil field. Toby and our friend Wes Wolf went out to the Black Hills to go look at the truck. And Toby came home with a truck that was blowing white smoke, and every time you turned the blinker on, all the cab lights inside would turn on.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a project, all right.
It has been a project. We went and we took the wiring diagram for the 379s, and we had it blown up into a huge wall poster and laminated. And we were able to use dry erase markers, and we can trace our lines, and we've completely rewired the truck. And it's actually down in Sioux Falls right now, getting repainted, and frame is getting sandblasted, and they're just buttoning her back up right now. We're going to build a shop outside. We want to build a bigger shop. We're going to pour some more concrete pads to park more trailers. We have a lot of people that come in and out of here. 2-3 days a week, there's a truck driver stopping to have supper.
That's cool.
And they may be hauling my load, they may not be, but it's really nice having them come in the door. I'd like to have an open door policy. So. Cool.
Well, I'm sure a lot of guys will appreciate that. Thanks for taking a minute out of your day to kind of shed some light on what it's like to be to do what you do and to dispatch and broker freight and do the things that you do, because a lot of times what people have been seeing are pretty trucks going up and down the roads, pretty trucks going to the shows, but those guys got to make money somehow or another. and there's somebody on the other end of the phone taking care of that if they're not doing it themselves. So it's been cool to learn a bit about what you do.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, anytime.